What's funny or ironic or iconic is that it's really about the memories, the nostalgia of it all. I mean, back in 2005, probably a good run 2005 to 2010, late 2013, I was running wild and free in the New York City club scene. Yes, there was, and probably still is, a such thing called the velvet rope. The velvet rope, for those of you who are green or don't know much about New York City club life, the velvet rope was actually a velvet rope that stood in front of the club, the main entrance of the doorway to the club. Most popular or really hip clubs had doormen or they had people at the door. For you to enter the club, you had to usually wait in line. And you could be waiting in the line for hours, and sometimes you will wait in line and never get in. You would just never get entrance into the club. However, the people that would get entrance are the people that knew a promoter, such as myself at the time, or they knew someone that worked at the club, that was related to the club, that was a part of that nightlife scene. So you would arrive, have your ID, dressed, as trendy or fly, hip, or to the nines, looking the best that you've ever looked. Hair, makeup, clothes, jewelry, bags, the whole shebang. And you would say, come up to the club, try to get in. The door person will look at you. They will either grant you entrance to the time of your life or not. Hey, for me, I studied this like a nerd. When I first arrived in New York City, I didn't go out much, but when I started, I arrived in 2002. I really didn't start going to clubs and everything until like probably 2005. Um, in 2005, once I hit the club scene, I eventually fell into promoting parties, inviting people out, and basically just having a good time. At that time, it was all about girls, 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 and the girls look hot. Their high heels, their dresses, their makeup, hair, they smell good, they dance, they laugh, they kiki, they had the time of their lives. And the boys definitely wanted to be part of that. And they were usually the ones that would get inside, spend the money on the alcohol, and spend the money on the girls. So, anywho, my job as a New York City club promoter was to create the atmosphere, to create the world that everyone wanted to be a part of. And yes, all of you wanted to be part of that world. So that's what I did. I would call up my friends, basically text them, get on social media, promote all these parties and events. And boy, wow, there were some parties and events. I mean, come on, we would party with people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Rihanna, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. The list goes on and on and on. Yes, motherfuckers, we had the time of our lives. And as far as that velvet rope, when I walked up, the doorman would simply ask, "Hey, Eddie, who are you with?" And yes, I will always have a small or sometimes quite large entourage. He would have me or she would have me point out who was with me, basically, and let him know or let them know where the line ended. And yes, that line always had an ending. So, for most of you, as you and I know, you would have never made it into that club. You would have been standing outside in that line all night, or until your feet got tired, or until you accepted the reality that you were never getting in that club. But hey, I was basically your guardian angel, godfather, fairy godmother, whatever you want to call it. Because you were with me, I granted you and got you entrance into those clubs. I basically orchestrated the time of your life. with the music, the dancing, the kikiing, any and everything that you wanted to take part of, the sing that you wanted to be part of, the sing that made you feel good on the weekends and made you feel good sometime during the week, and then the sing that basically help reshape and structure your foundation and your lives. Remember? Whew. Now, most of you are married with children. Some of you have been through your first, even second divorces. But you can always sit back, whether you're drinking wine or beer or having that margarita, and you can reflect and kiki and reminisce about all those kick-ass times you had in the club and partying in New York City with your boy Eddie. Remember, I'm on Eddie's list. I'm on Eddie's list. That was your ticket into the world that pretty much changed your life. People ask me, do I miss it? I don't necessarily miss the club itself. I do miss the people. I've managed to make great friends. I have a few that I still actually interact with and talk to till this day. We're still homies. We're still screaming and kicking and living like carpe diem to the fullest. For all of that, yeah, sometimes I miss it. But as far as being in the scene, woo, I gave it the time of my life. I danced like everybody was watching, and I partied like a motherfucker, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And I'm sure and know you did too. So kids, all those adventures, all the shenanigans, and everything that we did that no one knows about, and I would never name names. Never show pictures or videos. You know what you did. I know what you did. I'm no priest. You don't have to make any confessions to me. And I'm not the person to forgive you for all your nasty, dirty sins. But thank you for being part of my memories. Thank you for being part of my history. Thank you for being part of my life. I'm glad all of you are in great health. I wish you wealth, success, spirituality, and most of you, I hope you get to know Jesus and have a come to Jesus moment. Until then, this is your boys Eddie. Same bat channel, same bat station. Get out there. Go get 'em, Tiger.